Hello and welcome to today's reading. Today we are using Brew Magazine, the Spring 2023 edition. And as always, all of the books or decks that are used in my readings are linked in the description box. So if you want to check out any of the materials we use today, you can go down there and see that. And we are on page 49. When my client initially purchased the home, it had been flipped by the previous owners with low-quality materials and generally poor workmanship overall, recalls designer Taylor Lewick of Rever Design Company. Because this purchase was intended to be a long-term home for her, she wanted quality in both materials and craftsmanship and a design that expressed her style, all while allowing her to live and entertain comfortably and functionally. So this reading is really reminding me of the 10 of Cups in the tarot or the 10 of Pentacles, maybe both. This is kind of like you get to have it all. I don't know if you have been working towards something and you feel like you have to sacrifice physical, material comfort for spiritual enrichment or vice versa. Something feels like you've been believing that you can't have it all, and the reality is you can. You may have been dealt a crappy hand, so your life may have not set you up for the success that you are hoping to achieve, and because of that, you don't believe you can have it, but you can. The trick is less about how to play your cards and more about how to find new ones. It's almost like everything that you had in the past was good enough for your survival, but now that you've gotten to the point where you don't need that type of survival, you have to relearn and sort of throw away the cards that you were dealt originally and go find a new deck and deal your own cards. Practically, that might look like if you went to school, you might have to re-educate yourself on the career that you are in or wanting to pursue. If you went through a emotionally unstable childhood, you might need to completely reparent yourself. These things are actually more normal than you might think. A lot of people have to completely rewrite their logical pathways when they get older in order to facilitate the life they want to live. It seems really counterintuitive, especially from the understanding that we chose a life and we chose the environment to be born into that would facilitate the life we want. But the life that we want to live isn't born out of having it the second we are alive. It's born out of the desire. And the only way you can have a desire is to feel the lack of something. So if you come into this world desiring to have it all, to have a 10 of Cups moment, and you are born into a very emotionally, spiritually, and physically impoverished life, you're going to, from that lack, have the desire naturally to receive the opposite. The problem is when we get there, when we get to planet Earth and start living these lives of the opposite of what we're supposed to experience, we get so bogged down and identified with that lack. And we get so focused on, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, that we limit ourselves and limit our ability to achieve what we really are wanting. And often we won't even admit to ourselves that we want something because it's too painful to see the distance away from that we are. It's also incredibly triggering and painful to see people who do have all of it, and we feel like, how come they get to have it? Why do they get to have it and I don't? They were literally born into it. They didn't have to work for it. They didn't have to struggle. They didn't have to suffer. But the reality is, neither should you. The struggle and suffering is not because you don't deserve it. It's because you were born into the belief system that it's not possible. And in order to make yourselves feel better, yourselves being the society that raised these beliefs, in order to make themselves feel better, about not being able to attain that. They made it mean something about character, about your character, about the character of people who do have that. So a lot of times you'll find impoverished communities really being negative about people who do have more. That isn't to say that people who do have more never abuse it, but in the position that you're in, when you have nothing, it's either I have to accept that I don't have it, I want it, and I could have it, but I don't, and I have to accept that painful gap, or I have to demonize the people who do have it, or demonize the thing that I want so badly. So there may be a pattern within you that is actually demonizing the whole picture, and because of that, you believe that you have to choose one over the other, that people who have it all either don't exist, they don't really have it all, and so they're actually miserable deep down, or they think they have it all, but they're shallow and greedy and whatever. You don't have to do that anymore. And in fact, the only way you can get to the point where you have it all is by revisiting those beliefs and questioning them and maybe changing them if you can. Not only is this important for your ability to achieve it all, it's also important for the people around you. If you have kids, or if you have friends or family, people that you care about, that you wish they could have it all too, if they see you achieving it, now they have to question their beliefs about it all of a sudden. And maybe it's possible. I think a reading I did recently, I was talking about the phenomena where you can't break the world record for something. People get close to it or hit the world record, but they never supersede it. And then one day, one person breaks the world record, and all of a sudden, within the next year, like 40 people have broken the world record again. And that's you. You may have come from that reading, but that is you. You are that cutting edge. You are the leading edge. You are the first one to step foot outside of the limiting beliefs that you and your community and your society has put on you for so long. And because of your bravery and your willingness to self-question and self-examine, you're going to break open this glass ceiling for hundreds, if not thousands or millions even, people. So not only can you have it all, you get to have it all, you deserve to have it all, and the second you do, everyone else will be able to have it all too. I hope that this resonated. Let me know in the comments if it did. Like this video if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell and select all notifications so that you get updated every time I upload a new video. Until next time, bye.